Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael and this is Happy Ghost Reacts. Today we will be continuing my Jujutsu Kaisen reaction series with episode 6 called After Rain. Last episode, quite a crazy one. We had a face-off with Megumi and Sukuna. Take these off because of the glare. We had a face-off between the two, resulting in the death of Itadori. As they foreshadowed this would happen, I believe, at the end of episode 3, because there was that sequence of the guy typing and it was like 3 first years were sent and one of them died. And then you're sitting there thinking, well, how is this going to end? Who's going to die? And it makes the most sense that it ended up being Itadori. Through the means of how he died, pretty crazy. Sukuna took over, ripped his heart out, and then Megumi, in an effort to help save him from the control of Sukuna, finally answered a question that he asked him in episode 4 about why did he save me then, allowing him to take back over the body. But as Sukuna stated earlier in the episode, Sukuna does not need a heart to survive, but Itadori does. So as long as that heart is not in his body, if he takes back over, he's dead. And he took back over and he died. So there was that. And then we learned, at least I don't know if it was speculation or if we learned that it was actually set up to take out Itadori by the higher ups in the Jujutsu world, because that's what Gojou said in the morgue, which was very interesting. He even threatened to kill the higher ups for doing this and putting them in this situation intentionally while Gojou was off on other business, so that he couldn't be there to help them against a special grade curse. So that's where we left that at. I mean, the other part of the episode was we met the second years, one being a panda, one being a woman wielding a cursed weapon, and the last one being a cursed speech person, I suppose. You can only speak in rice ball ingredients, which is an interesting curse. And we learned about this tournament that takes place between the two Jujutsu high school Jujutsu techs. I don't know what the correct term, I think it's tech. And how that's going to eventually happen, which will be very cool. It's from what they said, it's a battle of Jujutsu sorcerers. It's just a competition who's better, which is going to be very cool to watch. I'm very into fighting in action, especially with how the animation in this show is. I have no doubt it's going to look incredible if we do get to that point, or when we do get to that point, or however they're going to execute on it, it's going to look good. So, but we also met this other guy whose name I don't know if it was said, but if it was, I don't remember it, walking around with all of those curses, and he went into that restaurant. I also want to say thank you for those who cleared up that the King of Curses, that the person who spoke in backwards subtitles, or just spoken backwards in general, but the subtitles were backwards, said something about King of Curses. I didn't realize that they were referring to Sukuna, but reflecting back on the conversation, it makes sense that they were. And obviously, knowing what we know about Sukuna, King of Curses makes sense that that's what they would refer to him as. So, but yeah, we learned that Itadori probably is still alive in some fashion, because the ending went into, we like had this deep dive into his chest cavity that Sukuna created when he ripped his heart out, and he was like, don't be going through my insides or something like that without my permission. And then he's just in there. I'm assuming it was probably in his oh shoot, I forget the word. His domain, I think it would probably be the right word, because he used that like domain expansion thing on the special grade curse in episode 4. Yeah, episode 4. And it kind of looked like that. Could be wrong. We're gonna figure out, I'm sure, because I'm staring at an above shot of Itadori on the table at the morgue right now at the start of this episode. So I'm gonna stop talking so we can jump into this episode. Let's go. Ooh, this is cool looking. No, are they literally inside of his body? Is that what? They're literally inside of his body. Oh, interesting. That was crazy. They're actually just inside of his body? How does that work? I don't get that. I'm sure we're not gonna get an explanation right off the bat. They look like they're ready to fight. That is such a crazy visual. I mean, I would be too. Yeah. Wouldn't call that a fair trade. Climbing on his rib cage? That's pretty wild. Damn. Man, he's fast. Ooh. And he sits on him. Yeah, domain. I was right. Oh yes, he mentioned something about not making like a pact with him last episode. Whoa. 1 minute? You can do a lot in 1 minute. I mean, I don't think he'll hold up to the. Yeah, pact he was talking about. Okay. Okay, so if the promise that he doesn't hurt or kill anybody, I mean, I don't see why that's a problem giving up your body for 1 minute, then I guess. That was easy. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to accept it, but he can probably abuse that, right? Oh, he landed a punch. Damn. I knew something like that was gonna happen. Holy shit. And he's alive. Damn. Well, he had died, so that means that he uh he is alive on the premise that chanting the certain word will allow him access for 1 minute. A naked high five with your teacher. Hell yeah. Let's go. And everything's just back to normal. How is Megumi and Nabara gonna react to this? Hey, I'm back. I'd be freaking out too. He just had a chest hole and no heart before. Well, yeah, everybody's gonna be surprised. He just came back from the dead. Does he have like interesting? So he has the ability to be able to sense curses' presence, but not be able to see them. Prison realm. So they have an effect on the physical world, huh? So his heat that he gives off with his volcano head. I. Whoa. Whoa. He's as strong as 8 or 9 fingers? Bro. Oh my god. No wonder they pointed out that guy realized he would have died. Holy shit. I got goosebumps. That was a brutal. Holy shit. Oh, he took the name tag to give to his mother. That's sweet. Man, some hard stuff into some sad stuff. Ah, this episode isn't happy at all. Oh, now we have some uplifting stuff. She like flipping? Oh, she swung around. Oh yeah, he also does not remember this pact. I completely forgot about that up until this second. So he doesn't realize that his body will be able to be taken over whenever he wants for 1 minute, on the premise that he won't hurt anybody or kill anybody. Oh, dang. The shading on his face. That was so funny. Hmm. Whoa. What? A Rasengan. Oh boy. Not that you actually can. Watching movies. It's cute. Yeah, spoilers. What the hell? That was funny. It's such a funny way to get trained. Oh, interesting. Did remember him saying that. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, the movie. I was like, what is this transition? It's a movie. You won't remember. I think he realizes there's something fishy. Interesting. Is that Volcano Head guy here? All right. I think that Volcano Head guy's here. Oh, damn. And damn it. Well, that was a wild episode. So, I was right about the domain. That's where they were. It makes sense. It had that same vibe, that same art style that we saw in episode 4 when when uh when Sukuna used the "I'll show you real jujutsu" and then he did the thing. Uh and then like domain expansion I think is what he said it was. So, then he said on the premise of a fight to the death, if you win, you can come back to life with no conditions, and if I win, and he's like, all right, and then whoosh, cut his head right off, and then he came back to life. So Itadori now has this pact where at any moment he could lose control of his body for a full 60 seconds, but during that time, Sukuna, as a part of the pact, promised that he will not injure or hurt anybody or kill anybody. Excuse me. So, curious if that will be upheld or if that was just a white lie to convince him. Obviously, the person with all the knowledge and know of if that is true or not is him. But for one thing that is true, him not remembering it when he came back to life was a part of it. So he does not realize that that's a thing. So yeah, I'm very curious how Megumi and Nabara are gonna react when they realize that Itadori is back alive, and that guy with the volcano head massacred an entire restaurant. He burned them all alive. I honestly was not anticipating that. I was literally saying, "Oh, people can feel the heat that he gives off as as he gives it off because he just like got excited and like blew. I don't know, like his volcano went off and then the guy walked close to him and he started on fire and then he burned to death and then the entire restaurant because he my god, that was insane. I literally was speechless, jaw dropped at that entire scene. I did not anticipate that whatsoever, but it makes sense because that one guy quit on the premise that he felt like if he walked over there he was gonna die. So crazy. But yeah, I mean, the prison domain, the prison box that they were talking about. I wonder if he has that, and that's why he's there. He's gonna capture Gojou now, whatever that thing is. So yeah, I mean Itadori's training with that doll in movies, and then Megumi, Nabara, and the second years are all training. I'm assuming, if I remember correctly, this is their training in preparation for for the event between the techs. So interesting, very interesting. I feel like this next episode is going to be pretty wild given the events with Gojou that just happened. So that's all I have to say. If you made it to the end and you enjoyed my reaction, please consider dropping a like to let me know you did. And if you haven't already and you'd like to stay up to date on all my future videos, please also consider subscribing and ringing that bell, as they say. And until next time with my next episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and peace.